Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 22nd of March 2024. This day is celebrated as World Water Day. Since 1993, March 22nd has been observed as the World Water Day. From the history point of view, Bihar Devas is observed every year on the March 22nd, marking the formation of the state of Bihar in India. On 22nd of March 1912, the Bihar and Orissa divisions of the Bengal province were separated to form the province of Bihar and Odisha in British India. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that no microplastics. New rulers create the pitch for biodegradable plastics. Biodegradable plastics are defined as materials capable of degradation by biological processes in specific environments such as soil, landfill, without leaving any microplastics. In recent years, plastics have been reported as a major source of pollution affecting rivers and oceans. The Environment Ministry has introduced rules that make it harder for makers of disposable plastic ware to label such products as biodegradable, introducing a stipulation that they must not leave any microplastics behind. The Hindu newspaper also states that Perez downplays speculation of his Red Bull teammate Verstappen leaving to join Mercedes in F1. Sergio Perez has downplayed speculation that his three-time Formula One world champion teammate Max Verstappen could be considering a switch from Red Bull to Mercedes. Perez remains convinced the team is united. Red Bull's Sergio Perez during the press conference ahead of the Australian Grand Prix Melbourne, Australia on March 21, 2024. The Hindu newspaper also states that India displayed a steadfast dedication to Palestine cause, Arab League ambassador. India has displayed a steadfast dedication to the cause of Palestine by extending humanitarian assistance and by supporting a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestine crisis, the ambassador of the Arab League has said on Thursday. In a statement to mark an anniversary of the Arab League's formation on March 22nd, Ambassador Yusuf Muhammad Abdullah Jamil supported the Indian position. Arab League headquartered in Cairo, Egypt. The Hindu newspaper also states that Supreme Court forms expert a panel to balance buster conservation with sustainable energy goals. The Supreme Court on March 21st constituted an expert committee to balance the conservation and protection of the endangered great Indian bustard's bird population with the country's international commitments to promote renewable sources of energy. The remit of the panel would be determine the scope, extent, and feasibility of underground and overhead electric lines in areas identified as priority spots for the birds in the Rajasthan and Gujarat, the Great Indian Bustard. In the newspaper also states that United States urges immediate ceasefire at United Nations as Gaza war begins on. The United States has circulated for the first time a draft United Nations resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war as a warning grow of famine in besieged Gaza. The United States has vetoed previous United Nations Security Council text on the nearly 6-month war. A Palestinian woman feeling artificial intelligence fleeing Al-Shifa hospital following an Israeli raid carries her triplet children as she moves southward amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas in the central Gaza Strip, March 21, 2024. Her operative shutted out over Panun plot from Hindustan Times. An indictment filed by the United States prosecutors in the Manhattan court last November alleging that the Indian national Nikhil Gupta, acting on the instructions of an unnamed Indian official, was involved in a plot to kill Khalistani leader Gurpawat Singh Panun on American soil. An intelligence operative has been removed from his position, and several others were reshuffled or following an investigation into United States claims of an alleged plot to kill Khalistani leader Gurpatwant Singh Panun. People familiar with the matter have said. As the Times also stated that Supreme Court refuses to stay appointment of poll officers through the new law. The Supreme Court noted that the law cannot be blamed exclusively for lacking a judge on the selection panel. New Delhi, the Supreme Court on Thursday refused to stay the appointment of two new election commissioners issues under a recently enacted statute. Nothing that the law cannot be blamed exclusively for lacking a judge on the selection panel, and added that the court cannot order Parliament to draft legislation in a specific way. Sometimes also states that European Union leaders mull ways to get more arms out candidate Ukraine amid a new sense of urgency. European Parliament President Robert Metsola speaks during a media conference at European Union Summit in Brussels. European Union leaders on Thursday debated fresh ways to help boost arms and ammunition production for Ukraine amid a new sense of urgency about the future of the war-torn country. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, Indian lenders to chase corporate bonds as a new investment rules kick in. Treasury officials say from April 1st, corporate bond investments will be allowed under the held to maturity HMTM category for the first time, provided the fair value is disclosed and investments protected from mark-to-market volatility, according to the revised Reserve Bank of India rules. Indian banks will gravitate towards corporate bonds. NMDC reduces iron ore lamp rate by Rs 200 to Rs 5,800 per ton. The rates of lamp ore have been revised to Rs 5,800 per ton, and that of the fine is Rs 5,060 per ton, NMDC said in an exchange link. State-owned NMDC on Thursday said it has slashed prices of iron ore and fines by Rs 200 per ton and Rs 250 per ton respectively. NMDC said it has slashed prices of iron ores and fines. Markets rally makes investors richer by Rs 5.72 lakh crore. The 30-share building stock exchange Sensex jumped 539.50 points or 0.75% to settle at 72,641.19. During the day, it zoomed 780.77 points or 1.08% to 72,882.46. Investors will jump to Rs 5,000.72 lakh crore on Thursday, as the market soared nearly 1% in a tandem with a rally in global equities after the United States Fed projected 3 rate cuts this year. The market capitalization of Building Stock Exchange Limited firms went up to the Rs 5,72,752.79 crore to Rs 3 crore 79,85,669.12 crore, which is nearly equal to 4.57 trillion US dollar. Now going to the world news, including Russia's space agency aborts launch of 3 astronauts to International Space Station. All are safe. United States surgeons have transplanted a pig kidney into a patient. World Health Organization warns that cholera outbreak could flare up again in Haiti. Traditional Nobel laureates demand the release of the political prisoners in Belarus. Nearly 8 in 10 AAPI adults in the United States think abortion should be legal, and APNORC of poll finds. 32 Indian fishermen detained by Sri Lanka Navy for alleged poaching. Now going towards science and technology, nation's second private rocket launch postponed. It is expected to reach the height of around 20 kilometers, then splash back down to Earth. To compare, the commercial airplanes fly at the height of around 10 kilometers. The suborbital launch of the India's second privately developed rocket, which was scheduled for the Friday early morning, has been postponed. Ganyabhan saw it by Agnikul Cosmos in a 3D printed suborbital rocket. From Tech News, Microsoft to help integrate artificial intelligence into a Sri Lankan school's curriculum from grade 8. Microsoft's India's and South Asia President Puneet Chandok visited Sri Lanka as the company signed a Ministry of Union with the country's Ministry of Education. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Apple CEO Cook opens new store in Shanghai. The new store, which faces Shanghai's historic Jing'an Temple, is Apple's 57th in China. Apple CEO Tim Cook opened Apple's new store in Shanghai, drawing a large crowd on Thursday, with some people queuing overnight, according to posters on China's social media. Apple CEO Tim Cook arrives at the new App Store for its opening in Shanghai, China, March 21, 2024. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Hazrat Umar ibn al-Khattab. He says that no amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. He also says a famous quotation says that I looked at all types of sustenance, but did not find a better sustenance than patience. Okay, thank you.